All right, everybody, welcome to the call today. This is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads, and we're going to be going over how to use the different PDF guides. There's over 80 of them in your Listings to Leads account. And so we're going to be reviewing one of the seller guides and one of the buyer guides, but this will be applicable to all of them. So many great uses for them. Ads, posts, short form video scripts, emails to your database, open houses. These are phenomenal for an open house. And in fact, give me a second. I want to bring up Follow Up Boss so that I can show you how to use these with different CRMs as well. So let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know maybe who you're with. I love hearing everybody's origin, where they're coming in from, and all of that great stuff. So let me just bring over, and we'll come to this a little bit later in this call. And before we get started, let me just point out, as usual, give me 1 second there. If you haven't gotten or haven't seen these yet, we've been talking about this in the mastermind group, the ultimate guide, or not the ultimate guide, the complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold. All right, John, I know you're on this call. I know you got yours. In fact, John, I don't know if you know. Put this down here for a second. John, I actually ordered a copy of yours. So, John, I got a copy of your book, your booklet here. And I don't know if you got yours in the mail yet. I know you got 20 of them sent to you. So hopefully you're going to get those here shortly. If you want to ping me a little bit later, maybe DM me and I can give you the date that they should be delivered. I'll give you the link to that. So Jan, good to see you from Dallas, and Remax. Awesome. And so, yeah, let me put this link into the chat as well, because I'm telling you, yeah, John, you know what? While we're kind of waiting for people to come in here, I'm going to go to Mailbox Power. I'm going to sign in. I'm going to look at order history. I'm going to do order by that. And let me see if this is the one. Yes, here we go. You know, God, it keeps saying tracking not available. That is so weird. I'm going to go to USPS.com and I'm going to go to, where can I? Oh, there we go. I'm going to drop that link in. Yeah, you know, I'm going to have to get with them. I'll get with them a little bit later after this call and find out. That is so weird. I've never seen it where the tracking code wasn't working. So anyways, Neil, Scott, I know we had the expired review. What do you think about a landing page for review for FSBO that did not sell? You know, we got a FSBO PDF guide, right? We got actually, dude, we've got well, I know what you mean. Why your FSBO home did not sell. What I would do is I would just offer them. I mean, I know what you're saying, and that's totally something that we could maybe look at doing a little bit later. But we do definitely have the FSBO landing page. In fact, I'll show you what I did. I did a FSBO booklet as well, kind of as a test. And in the FSBO booklet, the very first on the inside cover, might be a little hard to see that, right? It's an offer for free marketing tools to get their FSBO home sold. So, I mean, that would be a great lead in, even to a FSBO maybe that didn't sell, or maybe it's been on the market for 3 or 4 months. You know, I think by the time you get to the point where the FSBO is not going to sell, they're probably going to be pretty much ready to sell it. And, you know, you can use what I would do, and I apologize for everybody, just real briefly here, because this is, I think, going to be something that a lot of you would love to see as well, is we've got, you know, you can add a FSBO, right, for sale by owner. So I can add a FSBO listing to my account and, you know, grab the photos, right, just upload it, And oh my God, of course, drives me nuts. But it will create the same thing, the complete marketing plan to get your FSBO home sold. So I would just lead with that. And you'll have the flip book where you can send it to them via text or email. You've got the PDF, right, which is the download. That'll give you the 24 to 26 page PDF that if you wanted to, you could print it up, either thermal bind it or spiral bind it at your real estate office or at home, and deliver that to them. So I think it'll accomplish the same thing, Neil, because if the FSBO did not get their home sold, either they're going to be interested in maybe getting better marketing tools than maybe what they had, and that'll be a great engagement point with these FSBO homeowners, or you get the flip book sent to them via text, via email, or print up and door knock or mail. I would door knock. And I would just say, hey, I understand, I can see that you had your home for sale as a FSBO and you didn't get it sold. And I'd like to just give you a, offer you my marketing plan. And you could even do it very similar to what I did here, where, right, again, I've got the offer for them to access or request free marketing tools that I use as an agent. And then in here, this is actually the PDF guide, right? Selling your FSBO home, pros and cons, and gives them some tips. And then at the end of this booklet, right, what I did is I combined 3 different things. I combined the PDF guide for FSBO. I combined the print flyer for the FSBO landing page, and then I added the complete marketing plan, and it came out to about 30 pages, maybe. Might be a little bit overkill. So, anyways, all right, here we go. So here's that flip book for the FSBO, right? The complete marketing plan for sale by owner, right? You got the property address. It'll have the seller's name if that was added. And then, of course, you can go through here and they can see the marketing plan to get their FSBO home sold. And, between the scanning the QR code, the URL, they're going to see like, holy crap, like, probably like 97% of the time, they will have done nothing even close to what you're showing them here. And if they are serious about getting their home sold, man, again, don't forget to take your listing agreement with you, because we had a client door knocked and expired, got the listing agreement signed while they were there. Yeah, the landing page, I'll touch on that towards the end of this webinar. I don't want to get too far afield, because I know we got people here that are here for the PDF guides. We're going to go through a seller guide, a buyer guide, and then at the end of this call, I'll hang out for a little bit. I'll answer more questions, and we can touch on the FSBO stuff. We can touch on more information about the expireds. And then I'm also going to show you this landing page, right, for free list of homes for sale. So in this case, it's to get instant access to homes with fireplaces. I think with fall coming up, this could be a great landing page for those of you that want to get run an ad. So, it's like the idea is like a free list of homes with free list of homes with pools, a free list of homes with primary bedroom on the first floor. With fall and winter coming up, a free list of homes with fireplaces, I think could be awesome. Look at that beautiful image there, right from ChatGPT. And what I do for these images is I'll find an image that I like that kind of, I can't remember where I found it, but I found a great photo online, and I put that into ChatGPT, and I said, give me an image similar to this one, but get rid of all the windows around the fireplace and give it more of an earth tone and a nice mantle, and make it cozy. And it took about 2 or 3, maybe 3 times before I got to the image that I wanted. It was funny. The first image that I got had the picture frames that were blank. And I was like, why don't we put some art in those picture frames? But let's do this. Let's get to it. Let's go to PDF guides. So there's a tab here called PDF guides. Now, and I got to do a better job of this. There's a couple of use cases for the guides that you may not be aware of. One, when you run an ad for a listing, all right, whether it is coming soon, just listed, active, open house, when you run an ad for listings that are for sale, the lead form actually offers the person that's clicking on it the ultimate guide to selling a home. So when they click your ad, right, the lead form comes up and it's going to say, what is your time frame to buy? Just streaming 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 plus. So they'll answer that. Then the next question right under that is, would you like the ultimate guide to buying a home? And then they're going to say yes or no. If they say yes, we send it to them automatically. It's the one from your account, is branded to you, your colors, your logo, your picture, everything is on there. In the lead notification email that you get from us, it'll let you know, did they say yes or no to that question? If they said yes, again, they're going to get it sent to them automatically. So you don't even need to worry about that. You will get there'll be a link in the email that you can click and you can take a look at it if you're not familiar with it. So that's awesome. All right. It's a great way to further, obviously, the value that you're adding to the lead. And it really gives you some nice follow up. I think what I would do is when I'm following up with these leads is reference the fact that, hey, I see that you requested the ultimate guide to buying a home. Let's walk through that together. Just so you know, that guide is over 100 pages long. It's 100, I want to say 111, 112 pages. And then similar for pending and sold. So for pending and sold listings, the lead ad will say, what is your time frame to sell? All right. And then again, just thinking 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 plus. And then the second question on those ads, again, pending and just sold, whether you're the listing or selling agent, it'll say, would you like my ultimate guide to selling your home guide? And again, yes or no. If they say yes, we're going to send it to them. If they say no, we won't. Again, you'll get a copy of that in the lead notification email that you get from us. Another great application for this is, and again, I gotta figure out a better way to show this so you can see it. But if you've got our AI text follow-up, so if you got AI text follow-up from listings to leads, there are other guides that we offer. So for example, a buyer lead may come in, right? They click on an open house ad, let's say, and they click and they go through, they become a lead. The AI text will automatically follow up with them. And if they don't respond for a while, the AI text will actually offer a few different guides along with, for example, a list of price reduced homes for sale. They might be offered a list of, would you like to get a free list of homes for sale with a primary bedroom on the first floor? So we're offering via the AI text follow-up different value add offers like that as well. And the PDF guides are part of that. So we are actually using the PDF guides in various areas of the platform that you may not even be aware of. So I think it's really awesome. And again, the AI text, if the lead says yes, like for example, 25 insider secrets to buying a home, right, or selling whatever. But if they say yes to the AI text follow-up, again, we are going to automatically send that guide to them, and we're going to let you know that it was sent. So a lot of really, really powerful ways that we are already using these guides that you might not even be aware of. So pay attention to your lead notifications from listings to leads. Pay attention to the AI text follow-up from listings to leads, because we're offering these guides. We're going to let you know when they were when they accepted the guides or said yes to them. And then again, we're going to automatically be sending them the guides and letting you know that they were sent. Now, I want to show who's got an open house this weekend. Who has an open house this weekend? Check this out. Clay, one of our clients, came into the mastermind group, had an open house last weekend, received 1 seller and 2 buyer leads. All right. L to L has been great. Organized my marketing well, looking great. All right. That's awesome. But here's where I love it. He says, I display the PDF guide flyers for both buyer and sellers in acrylic stands at the open house. So what he's talking about is something like this. And I'll be showing this to you today but you can go to Office Depot. You can order these on Amazon. There are ones that are more horizontal that kind of sit straight up. You can see there. There are ones that are vertical that are also straight, or this one's on an angle. I kind of like the angle because when I'm going to go scan with my phone, the angle of this acrylic stand makes it a little bit easier to position my phone properly versus if it was straight up. Does that make sense? So if you've got an open house this weekend, you're going to want to make sure that you're using, I would say, 2 to 4 of the PDF guide flyers, right? One for a buyer guide, one for a seller guide, maybe 2 for buyer, 2 for seller. And we actually review that in our open house training. So if you've ever attended our open house training, you will have seen me talk about that. And I'll mention that while we're talking through this today. All right, so here we go. We got a tab for seller. So I can click on that right there. And then this will just show me all the seller guides. And we'll start here first. And we've actually got a new one coming up soon called Tired Landlord. I know we should have had it live last week. We'll get it live soon. But I'm going to type in secret to buying. Oh, what did I do? Let's try that again. So there's buyer, here's seller. And all right, there we go. All right. So these are all the seller guides. And again, you can see downsizing downsizing guide for homeowners, how to sell your home in a changing market, short sale, how to avoid foreclosure. All right. Today I'm going to be 10 thumbs apparently on everything I'm doing. I apologize. All right. So, check this out. Divorce in real estate, 12 mistakes to avoid. So there's a lot of different ones. First time home seller's guide, 5 dangers of overpricing. Again, and here, I'll tell you what, here's another use case for the PDF guides that you may not be aware of. The automated email follow-ups that we have, and I'll show those to you a little bit later in this call, also make use of the guides. So we are actually, if you've got the buyer follow-up connected, the seller follow-up connected with listings to leads. So you got the AI text follow-up, you got email follow-up. In the email follow-up, we also use the guide. So we actually, and I'll show that to you, where a buyer lead comes in, they get the autoresponder, and then if they're connected to the email follow-up, all of these guides are part of that. So they're going to be dripped on, right, with various emails, and half of the emails are offering a different guide. So that's very, very powerful as well. And that's true for both buyer leads and seller leads. So I'm gonna type in ultimate, and there's the how to create the ultimate home office, ultimate home maintenance checklist, and here's the one that we're going to talk about today, the ultimate guide to selling your home. I'm going to click on the green marketing tools button, and now I can download the guide right here. So I can download it in English or Spanish. It's available in both. I don't speak Spanish, so there's no point in me even downloading that one. And like I said, this is over 100 pages long. This is ridiculous. Essentially, this is all the other guides combined. And I doubt too many people are going to read the whole thing. If they do, phenomenal, even better. But that is where you calling them, this is 103 pages. That's a lot. And so this would be your picture, your logo, all your information, your colors, even your font. So if you selected a font in your listings to leads profile, that will be part of the part of the guide. There is a Spanish version, as I mentioned. There are text only versions as well. And then we've got an edit. There's some edit. I can change the social media share image. So there's marketing tools, edit, and statistics. So I can change the image. Maybe I want to use maybe you got a Canva image, you got a custom image. We got different images that you can use as well. We've got the autoresponder. So here's the autoresponder. That's editable. We got the lead form. I can turn off Facebook registration. And I'm going to get, what is your time frame to sell? Address, name, and I can move that around. Hit save. All right. So I can, a couple of different things I can do there. And then if I go back to marketing tools, all right. So this is let's go to Facebook and Instagram ad. Let's start at the top. And we're going to just work our way down here. Now, this is applicable for all the different PDF guides that we've got. So I'm going to walk it through this one, and then we're going to do a buyer PDF guide. But keep in mind, these options are available for all 80 plus different PDF guides that we've got in the system. So first up, Facebook and Instagram ad. The first option will be objective. So we got lead ads, traffic, and video views. I like lead ads. Now, if you're into doing video, you can still do a lead ad with video, or it's a little bit more advanced, but we got video views where I can upload a video. I don't know that I would use our video, right? I mean, we got a video, whatever, it's fine. No problem. But I think if I'm going to do video view, I want to make sure that I'm the one in the video. So you can record a video of yourself offering, right, the ultimate guide to selling your home, and you do a great video. Maybe you go to the property, record a video, and you see where it says change image and video. Then I can click that. And I can either select a different image or a video, or I can even upload my own. So right there, upload, I can upload my own image, my own video. So we got lead ad, location, I would leave radius alone, lifetime budget of $50. For seller leads, you're going to really want to go to about $100 a week. Seller leads are more expensive. Buyer leads on average are coming in between $4 to $5 each. Depending on exactly what it is. For example, a down payment assistance buyer lead may be between $7 and $10, but a buyer lead for coming soon, just listed, active, or open house, typically between $4 to $5 each. But for a seller lead, it's going to be between, anywhere between 10 to 20, $25. Just depends on where you're located, the time of year. So a $50 budget will be a little bit low. So I'm going to say $100. It'll default to 1 week, and that's fine. Again, I can change the image or video. It'll automatically retarget my current lead. So we want to make sure that we stay in front of people. Sometimes people complain about the fact that, well, somebody clicked on my ad, and that's kind of the whole point of retargeting. All right. We want to make sure that we are engaged. We're staying in front of people. Sometimes, and, I got a few clients that I manage ads for, and, all of them have one or two people that literally click on every ad they've got. You can absolutely bank on the fact that when they run an ad within the first 24 hours, the person X is going to click on that damn ad and become a lead. And it can be a little bit annoying sometimes because you're just like, dude, seriously, you don't need to click on all my ads. But at the same time, I've never seen it where it's another agent. It's just some person who is just interested in it. And, I can think of more than half the time the agents have been able to reach out to them and have a conversation. And so that's just, unfortunately, those people they're going to be out there. There's nothing you can do about it. You can upload a list of people to not show your ads to, but it can't be just one or two people. All right. And it's one of those things I really wouldn't worry about it for the most part. What I can also do here, if I wanted to, is if I've got a custom audience, I can advertise. Now, I wouldn't want to advertise to a buyer audience, obviously. I'd want to have a seller audience, but this could be my database. This could be a list of homeowners that I get from My Plus Leads or RedX or a service like that, where I create a custom audience. And then I'm able to select that audience so that my ad is only shown to those people. And I'll show you a little bit later how you can upload a custom audience. We got the autoresponder. Now, under advanced options, let me show you this real quickly. If I open that up, create new form. For a lot of you, don't worry about this, but for those of you that want to get into this, it can be kind of cool. If you go to form questions, you're going to see, I'm going to turn that off because they're going to get that one. And I'm going to say, because it's a seller ad, what would be, how many bed, what's your time frame to buy? You're working with the lender. Yeah, ultimate guide to selling your home. Maybe I'm looking to buy, sell. That could be a good one. All right. Create form. And the autoresponder is good to go. You don't need to worry about any of that stuff, and hit create ad. So at a minimum, all you got to do is just add in the location. Maybe you want to up your budget because, like I said, $50 for 1 week is really too low. We just put in the absolute minimums. So confirm, add in the location, up the budget, and click create ad. It's literally that easy and should take you all of 15 to 20 seconds. As I showed you, I can change the images. I can add a video. I can edit the lead form a little bit. So there's all sorts of other things I can do if I wanted to. But I don't want you to feel like, oh my God, I got to go in here and I got to change all this stuff, because what we do is we actually set all this up for you so that you don't have to do that. Especially if you're newer to this or you're not advanced, don't worry about all of that other stuff. Okay. I just want you to, again, click Facebook and Instagram ad, right? Type in the location. And I tell you, even the text is editable. So everything is editable, but you don't need to worry about it, especially when you're new. So hopefully that helps. So this ad will be sent to Meta, probably live anywhere between 10 minutes to an hour or two. Just depends on what's going on with Meta. And then again, that will be live. You can see here, if you are not signed up for the AI text, you'll be able to sign up right here. Just click subscribe. I can just start off with 50. You don't need to start off with 250. There's no point in signing up for 250 leads. Just sign up for 50 leads and you'll be notified when you're running low. So if you want to up that, you can. And just hit next, and you'll go through a few screens. It literally takes you about maybe a minute to a minute and a half. You'll select your AI text bot name, Alex, Tony. They're all like kind of the unisex names. And then you'll be able to do this for seller leads, buyer leads, or all. And then you'll be able to subscribe. And that way, before the ad is even live, you've got the AI text follow-up connected to it. All right. Any questions on Facebook ads? Next up are Google ads. For Google, you're going to want to spend between 15 to 50 bucks a day. Not cheap. Had a client, he got a listing within a week. I mean, signed listing agreement within a week of running one of these ads. Absolutely awesome. But again, they're more expensive. I don't want anybody going broke, right? So, if money is a bit of a issue, which, it is for a lot of people, I totally get it. Not a lot of people have $200 to $300 a week to spend on Google ads. We have a lot of great free ways to use these. So don't feel like you have to be compelled to do Google. But if you are into doing Google, it's as easy as adding location, just like before, right? 30 bucks, 20 or 30 might be the minimum I would do a day. It'll go for a week. We have all the advanced options you don't need to worry about for the most part, and hit create ad. And we'll have a phenomenal, and that Google ad is completely editable. You can edit everything you want. You can even change the URL. You can change the text, all of that great stuff. All right. Next up, social media post. So this will be a standard post up to Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Google. I can see my auto posting history. So if we take a look at a previous post, and again, the text is editable, the image is editable. People are going to click, they're going to go to the landing page. All right. And again, this was completely customizable like we saw earlier. And that will, when I do that, that will automatically post it to whatever social media accounts I got connected. So again, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, Google. Beautiful. Again, there I can change the text, change the image, change the headline, change the description. All of it's completely editable. So, if you got an image in Canva, you got a custom image from somewhere else, I can upload it here and absolutely use it. This is something I think all of you should be doing. Who here does video? Who here is doing TikTok and Instagram? Maybe you're uploading to YouTube as well, right? So we're talking vertical videos. I like to use TikTok. I love the TikTok. And I know there's a lot of issues with TikTok, so I don't argue with people about it. I know some people don't like it for various different reasons, which is totally fine. You can use CapCut to record it, which is part of TikTok, I think. You can use whatever teleprompter app, whatever you want to do. But we got some great short form video scripts. I have talked to people. Now think about it. We have 80 different PDF guides. So I've talked to people that do like 4 or 5 of these videos a week where they just grab a different guide, they grab the script, and they record a video. And imagine if you do 4 a week. So I do 2 seller guides, I do 2 buyer guides a week. That's 4 videos, all right, where we got fabulous value that we're offering our audience, right? We don't need to have AI. We don't need to have, stuff that really, works or doesn't work. But my point, I'm sorry. So if we think about it, we have 80 plus guides. Let's just say 80. We do 4 a week. That would be 20 weeks, right? 20 times 4 is 10 times 8, which is 80. So that would be 20 weeks, which is 5 months. So a 5-month rotation. Nobody on the entire internet is going to remember what you put on Instagram 5 months ago. They won't remember what you put on Instagram 2 weeks ago. So my point is, use these short form video scripts. Now I can either just copy that, put it in my teleprompter app. I can click send. If I'm on my laptop, for example, click send, grab it from my phone, and then I can use it and record my video and get it up to TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts. And I would do all of them, right? Normally what I do is I'll get it up on TikTok. Then I can download, that way I get the captions, right? I get the filters that looks fabulous. Once it's live on TikTok, you can download it and then I can upload it to Instagram. From Instagram, it'll share over to Facebook and then I'll upload it to YouTube Shorts. And now I've got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube with one great video. All right. Neil, is Claudia doing videos? If not, she should be. All right. Now we got e-flyers for your database. So we did the social media. In fact, one more thing. While we're on social media, if you go to, we'll come back here. I'm going to click open link in new tab. So I'm in the media library. Check this out. Let's see. And I didn't look this up ahead of time, but let's just look up Ultimate Guide. Right there. Ultimate Guide to Selling Your Home. So if you want to use we got videos for most of the guides, if not all of them. Maybe we're missing 1 or 2. I'm not sure. I think we got videos like this for all the different guides. So, just kind of a nice filler. So if you need, if you're going to be doing it on, in fact, I would record my own short form video. And then I would also maybe look at using this as well. Again, just more content. All right. I just want more content. We got different ones, right? Ultimate Guide to Buying a Home, Ultimate Guide to Buying a Home, Ultimate Guide to Selling a Home. This is more of a square one. This would be a little bit more appropriate for Facebook. I always do it without the music, or I change. If I'm going to do Instagram, TikTok, and all of that, I always like to use trending music. So I'm not usually going to use our music from Listings to Leads. I'm going to use the trending music on the different platforms. All right. So social media, we did ad on Facebook and Instagram. We covered Google ads. We covered social media postings. We covered short form video scripts for short form video. And then we covered from the media library some of the pre-built videos. That's a lot of ways right there to get this out to your audience. Some of these were paid, some of them are free. Next up is e-flyer for your database. We got the subject line. All right, your free guide to selling a home. Grab it now, completely editable. We got this. All right, I can edit the text. I could even edit the image if I wanted to. I could change that image out. But when people click it, they actually, what's really cool about this? It actually just downloads the guide right away. So there's no landing page, because when you send this out via email, you're going to know who got it. You're going to know the email address, right? That's tagged. And so when they download it, you're going to know who downloaded it, which is really sweet. So you can either send it through Listings to Leads to all of your leads in your account. So I might send that to all of my seller leads. Click send. I can also either just copy this email. There's a copy code function. To be honest, I just like to copy the email itself. Go to my CRM and just go to my editor where I'm going to send out an email blast and just paste it in. I mean, look how beautiful that looks. It'll work the same way. I can copy and paste in the subject line if I want to, or just type in a new one. And now in literally, 20 seconds, I've got an email ready to go out and Follow Up Boss and Bold Trail and KV Core, which are the same thing, but you get my point. And whatever CRM I'm using, I can now send out the e-flyer to my entire database. So you're going to want to do that. And I recommend sending out one buyer guide a week, one seller guide a week. If you're not using our follow-up, if you're using our email follow-up, you don't need to worry about this so much because it's going to happen automatically. But if you got follow-up in Follow Up Boss or Bold Trail or, Sierra Interactive or Lofty, you can take our guide and send it out as an email blast from that platform. Now, email is phenomenal. You could also send a text to the landing page. So if you get you got the ability to send out a mass text to all of your seller leads, for example, send a text to your seller leads to the landing page. That could be awesome as well. But you're going to, I like people to also call through their database every single day. If you look at our marketing calendar in the top left of your, on the left-hand side here, there's a tab for marketing calendar. Every day of the week, there is something to do. And on most of those, there is a e-flyer for your database and a database call script. And so you don't need to call, because again, we got a lot of different scripts to call through your database with. So I don't need to feel compelled to call everybody in my database right now with this one script. But what I would do is I would look at my database and look at some of the people that I haven't talked to in a while that I need a reason to reach out to them. All right, so I got some seller leads and I would like to have a reason to call them just to stay in touch and get a conversation going. And this can be a phenomenal way to do that. So I might call up, let's say Neil is one of my seller leads. I might call up and say, hey, Neil, this is Scott with XYZ Realty. And I just sent my new Ultimate Guide to Selling a Home to all of my clients and local homeowners. And I just want to make sure you got that and see if you have any questions, right? Great opening, right? Very easy, right? Introduce yourself, let them know what you just did. And they may just say, I'm not interested. Why are you bothering me? Right? Get out of here, that's going to happen. Uh, I remember my wife, she's a mortgage broker, uses the platform, generates a lot of great leads, has a lot of great conversations every single day. She's having conversations with leads. And usually once every couple of weeks, somebody will tell her to F off. What are you going to do? The first time it happened, it was quite the scene, because she was not too happy about it. And so hopefully you've got a spouse who can kind of talk you off the ledge when something like that happens. But it's happened maybe once or twice since then. And now she just laughs and it's just, hey, you're going to have great conversations as well. And in fact, last night she had oh my God. Yeah. She had a really good conversation with a buyer who they're renting. They're spending a lot of money every month on rent. They got some money in savings. They want to buy. Phenomenal. She was so excited. She's like, oh my God, I had one of the best conversations ever. So you just got to remember, if you stay consistent, right, you keep doing it on a daily basis, you stay consistent for 30 to 60 days and start building up that pipeline, you're going to have some really good conversations on a very regular basis. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to hit a home run every day. We're not trying to hit a grand slam. We're not trying to win the game in one hit. We're trying to just plant seeds, so that as they start sprouting and coming up, little by little, that within 30 to 60 days, we're starting to see and we can feel those results. And that's the whole thing here. So use our database call script. All right. Very, very powerful. Next up are the print flyers. So this is what I was referring to a little bit earlier. A great use case for this are those open houses. So print that up, get an acrylic flyer holder. And I like the idea. And this really came to us from a client a while back ago who was doing it. And so, put one in the kitchen, put one in the bedroom, put one maybe in the living room, put one in the dining room, put one in the patio in the backyard. So that way you're not, people can scan it without you looking over their shoulder. Because sometimes if you're standing there, they might feel a little bit weird about pulling out their phone in front of you and fumbling around a little bit. But if it's somewhere where, again, you're not standing over the shoulder, they feel a little bit more at ease, or whatever you want to say, about taking advantage of this offer. So you can see here, we got vertical guides, we got horizontal guides. And if anybody wants to, that's the guide. That's the guide itself. Let's see. There's the flyer. So let me scan it. I love scanning these flyers. Let me scan it here. There we go. Boom. Yep. The landing page comes up. Beautiful. And then there's my lead form. All right. Wouldn't it be cool? You generate a lead while they're still at the open house. And it'd be funny because they can just actually literally be looking at the guide while they're walking around the open house. Talk about just absolutely awesome. And again, if any of you came in late, this is exactly what Clay did at his open house. And this is phenomenal, whether it's your open house or one that you've borrowed. So if you don't have I'm telling you, between the expireds, going after expireds, and doing open houses, if you do two to four open houses a month, that's just one, on a Saturday, right? Or you could do, maybe on one weekend you do Saturday and Sunday at two different open house at two different properties, and then you skip a week, and then the next week you do two. But however you want to do it. But if you just do, I would say 3 to 4 open houses a month, and you do 20 to 30 expireds, where preferably you door knock or you mail it to these expireds, within 2 to 3 months, you're going to start getting multiple listings and have multiple buyers that you're working with. Absolutely phenomenal. We do have postcards and door hangers. So if you have a postcard campaign going out to a farm area, highly recommend taking advantage of the postcards. So there's the front, there's the back. Let's go ahead and take a look at these real quick. We got the door hangers as well. If I'm going to do this for like a farm kind of a thing, I would do the door hanger. And here's why. Because I can door knock, right? You can change, if you're going to use Mailbox Power or Thanks IO, some of the different postcard companies, you can actually even add a dynamic image of their home and a dynamic QR code. So in Mailbox Power, for example, I can set it up so that if this is going to go to 121 Tomlinson Drive in Folsom, California, that the image right here in this postcard is of 121 Tomlinson Drive. I could take this and drop it into Canva. I can change the image to something else if I wanted to, and then send it to my postcard company. And then again, with Thanks IO or Mailbox Power, maybe some others as well that I'm not aware of, the QR code also can be dynamic, same as the image, so that not only is that image of the home that the postcard is going to. So again, if this postcard is being delivered to 121 Tomlinson Drive, the home of 121 Tomlinson Drive will be the image. So the homeowner is looking at their home, and when they scan the QR code, I get notified, even if they don't do anything else, I will be notified that the person at 121 Tomlinson Drive scanned my QR code. Absolutely awesome. And I believe it's Thanks IO, I believe, can do that. I know Mailbox Power can do that. There might be others that can do it. I like the door hanger. I think if I was really into a farm area, I mean, I love the print flyers. The problem with door knocking with a print flyer is it's kind of hard to leave it on the door. Whereas a door hanger, very, very easy. They may not see it right away. Like with us, if you did that over the weekend, I probably wouldn't see it until Monday, unless I just happen to walk through the front door. Because simply, we go through the garage, we go into the house. But during the week, we typically go out the front door, right, grabbing the mail or something like that. So that would be awesome. We got the QR code there, right? The offer for the guide. All right. Download your free guide, Ultimate Guide to Selling a Home. So beautiful right there. And then if you are into circle prospecting, we got a script for circle prospecting. So I know not a lot of people do circle prospecting, but for those of you that do, again, we got a phenomenal script. There's a version of the script where you would use it when you send the postcard. So if you're going to do this version of the script, you would send the postcard. You would then give it maybe 3 or 4 days, right? So that you're notified, hey, all the postcards were delivered. Then I would call through and I could say, hey, Neil, this is Scott with XYZ Realty in Sacramento. And I sent you a postcard with my ultimate guide to selling a home. And I just want to make sure that you got that, right? Again, we're trying to open up conversations. You can doorknob hangers for the flyer. Yeah, you can, Neil. Yeah, totally. Right. Yeah, you can. Yeah. In fact, I don't have them on me, but I think on the other side of my desk, actually, I got some of those bags that work really well. And I know other people do different things for that. And then lastly, we got a QR code. So if you wanted to, for example, go to Canva, create your own, Kelly Wheeler is kind of infamous for doing this, where he'll go create these custom postcards. And then we got the QR code right there. So you don't have to create, the QR code on top of everything else. Just go into Canva. You may have a postcard template that you like, and then you can just grab our QR code and use that. All right. In the QR code, we got different formats. So whichever makes sense for you. All right. Any questions on that? Let's go take a look. Now for the buyer guide, obviously we're not going to go through every single item, but I am going to walk you through real briefly. So buyer guides and first time home buyer's guide. Now, again, you got 40 plus buyer guides. So don't feel compelled. Oh my God, I got to use this one right now. But this is a great one. Again, I'm going to click on the green marketing tools button. Just like before, I can download. I got all the edit opportunities. I can change the image right here to something a little bit better, right? Something more applicable for my area maybe, right? Again, autoresponder lead form. But if I go to marketing tools, we've got, just like before, Facebook and Instagram, Google ad. Oh, maybe I should mention for the Facebook ads, they will be sent the guide automatically. So just in case anybody was wondering, when they fill out the Facebook ad, they will be sent the guide. They'll actually be taken to a place where they can download the guide right there. But then in the autoresponder, there's going to be a link to the guide as well. So just in case they don't get the autoresponder, they will have gotten the option to download the guide right after the lead form is filled out. Just like before, we got Google ads. So I can do a Google ad. We got the social media post. We got short form video script. We got an e-flyer for your database. And again, I can send it through Listings to Leads. I can take it and drop it into my CRM. We got a database call script. We got print flyers. We got postcards and door hangers. And we got the QR code. I'm going to click on all guides. So any questions on the guides? You can okay. So anybody else have any questions about the PDF guides? We get a lot of great feedback from people. I love the feedback that we get from people that use the guides. Agents tell me that their clients tell them that they like the guides. Nice design. Most of them are between 7 to 10 pages long. We're not trying to overwhelm them for the most part, except for the ultimate guides. So again, the ultimate guide to buying a home, the ultimate guide to selling a home, those are kind of meant to be a little bit like much, just because the use case for those is, hey, we're going to give you so much information that the agent following up is going to be a really big help for you. The other guides, kind of the same, but the opposite direction, where it's 7 to 10 pages. It's just enough to give them good information, to make them feel like they got value from it, but for you to be able to fill in a lot of the gaps, because there's nothing better. Well, I'll say nothing better. That's a little dramatic, but there's a lot of value to both the guide, all right, and your follow-up to add more info, maybe more, personal information. Like, for example, maybe it's a first-time homebuyer's guide. So they get the first, they click on an ad, they click on a post, they click on an email, you do the short form video, and they DM you and you send them the guide, or they add an open house, they scan the QR code from the print flyer, but they get the guide somehow. And so let's just say it's this one here. So again, right, 8 pages. So this one's 8 pages long. Great information in here. So again, they're going to feel like they got good value. And then when I follow up with them, what am I going to do? I'm going to relate my personal experience and how I help out first-time homebuyers. What are some of the questions first-time homebuyers have? What are some of the concerns? How was I able to help out a first-time homebuyer that maybe was, they weren't sure if they could afford a home, but we connected and I helped them connect with a lender to get pre-approved. We got them, some homes to take a look at. We went through what type of home would be appropriate for them. What do they like? Where do they want to live? Where do they work? Do they have kids, plan to have kids? Are schools important? So all of these things that go into the decision of what home am I going to buy and where am I going to buy it at, from, renting. Give me a second. I think I got to sneeze. All right. But I'm able to add on to the great information that's in here with more personal and pointed information that's like real time, real world. All right. Yeah, so many different guides. Let's see. Oh, let's talk about the follow-ups. because I mentioned this earlier. In our follow-ups, our email follow-up is as easy to turn on as the AI text. Click follow-up. You will see there's seller lead follow-up, buyer lead follow-up, both English and Spanish. And notice mine's off. Check this out. On. And then I can say which email send to. So I'm going to say send to my seller leads. Make this campaign recurring. Send this campaign to existing leads. So maybe I didn't realize that you had this email follow up in your account, and you got some leads already generated. Well, I can add them to this campaign automatically, and then I can make it recurring. The campaign goes on for like 6 months. Similar to when I was talking about doing an Instagram ad, no one is going to remember what email they got from you 6 months ago. So I can set this up as recurring and just let it keep dripping on them until I get a hold of them. And then I can come in, I can turn them off from that campaign. I can duplicate the campaign. I can create new campaigns, right? Create campaign. So I can create a brand new campaign. I can create an email blast, right? I can create contact lists based on filters, right? Email blast, campaigns. We got a lot of great stuff in there for you. And then if I look at, for example, let me just show you what I mean by how we use the guides in here. So in both the seller campaign and the buyer campaigns, we alternate between typically really super short emails with like a quick question, right? Or a guide. So for example, working from home. This is a phenomenal email. This email gets a lot of great responses. That's the email, right? Are you working from home more these days? Would a home office or work area be good for you? It's funny. Someone said, well, COVID is over. Is that really relevant? Yeah. A lot of people work from home, all right? Or they work from home part-time, or they got a side hustle, or they just want a area where they can work at night. Maybe they got a job, they're in management or whatever it is that they do, and they need a place at home, even though they don't quote unquote work officially from home, they still work from home. All right. So that's a great, great email. And then check this out. The second email is offering down payment assistance. Now, if I don't want to include that, I can just turn that off. So I can turn individual emails on or off. I can edit any of these emails. So I can edit the email. I can even edit the image. I can create a custom, I can add. So I can say, I'm going to knock out the second one that goes out after 4 days. So I'm going to delete that one maybe, and I'm going to upload a complete custom one. And I can even, if I want to upload a guide to be included with that autoresponder or the email part as part of the campaign, I can do that as well. So similar to a lot of other things in Listings to Leads, it is so easy to just turn it on and let it go. But you have a lot of control, a lot of ways to edit it so that it can be exactly the way you want it to be. And you can even take, if you want to drop this, for example, let's say I want to take this, I want to drop it into my own CRM. The best way to, as part of a campaign out of my CRM, I think the best way to do that would be to actually, I think the best way actually might be to send myself a test email and then just copy that email from my email and just drop it into as a campaign. All right, so there's send test email right there. We got statistics, edit, delete, turn it off. Actually, I wonder if I can do it. Let's try this real quick. If I take that, and if I go to Follow Up Boss, all right, let's say I'm going to add this to a campaign out of Follow Up Boss. Yeah, right there. Oh, that's awesome. No, I don't know Follow Up Boss very well, so I might click and edit the image size. I'm not sure how this works in Follow Up Boss, but I might want to See if I can edit this image. Yeah, I don't know Follow Up Boss well enough, but most uh, editors, email editors, allow you to adjust the size of the image. Send myself a test email, make sure it works, and so I can easily add any of these emails from listings to leads to my own CRM as part of a campaign out of there. So again, a lot of great options for using these guides. All right, any questions? I can't believe it's 12 o'clock. This is the first time I've ended a webinar on time. Oh, that's phenomenal. All right. Any questions or anything that you want me to address? Anything I can help you with? Any feedback? Anything with the guides? Again, I would turn on the AI text follow-up. I think that's going to be very powerful for you. Let the AI text follow-up initiate the conversation. That way you're busy doing what you're doing. So if you're using our AI text follow-up, that can be the first point of contact. It can get the conversation going. It can act as your assistant essentially. And then similar to what other agents do that use this is every day, right? You should have at least 30 to 60 minutes blocked out to call your current leads and your past leads. And then if you get a hold of somebody that is already inside or already conversing with the AI text follow-up, you can just turn them off. So I can turn off the AI text conversation at the lead level at any time. Just go to the leads record in listings. So click leads. All right. All the leads will come up. And then you can also go here's what I do. Or here, I shouldn't say I do it, but for example, my wife does it and a few other agents do. Go to ads. And if you've generated any leads, right, it might say like 5 or 6. So I click on that, and then I got all those leads off of this ad, and I just go through them. And if it was somebody I've already called yesterday, well, I'm still going to call them. I'm going to call everybody until I get a hold of them. And once I get a hold of them, then there's a little toggle to turn off the AI text follow-up. All right. Neil, to your question about the FSBO, Neil, I feel like you should have seen this before, but if not, tell me either way. If I go to landing pages, if I go filter by type FSBO, now you may not have any FSBO because you've never created one, but check this out. So here's my selling your Santa Monica home on your own, where I can offer, right, the FSBO homeowner a free set of marketing tools. And if I click marketing tools, print flyer, here is that print flyer. And that's the same one that I added in my magazine or booklet, whatever you want to call it. That's the same guide right here, or the same print flyer, excuse me. You started the post on instant access to homes with fireplaces. No, John. No. All right. You know what? It's 12:03. Let's see how long this takes. So if I go to, if I go to landing pages. All right. We're going to create one right now. Create new landing page. So we're going to create a free list of X homes for sale. Now you've already got price reduced. So in your account, depending on how many landing pages you've got, notice price reduced, price reduced, price reduced. There are 3 price reduced. So you don't need to do this for price reduced. Completely editable. They've all got a little bit of a different slant. So you can take a quick look at them, right? Select locations. These are based on the listings in your account, but they're completely editable, right? So price reduced, I've already got. So I'm going to say, in fact, let me show you. I got pool homes. So lowest rates for homes for sale with pools. Just some woman sitting there next to the pool. Wait, that one. Oh, all right. It's the same one. Homes with pools. Here's another one. Right. Nice image. That's beautiful right there. Looks great. Granite Bay homes with pools. All right. Probably just a test somebody was doing in my account, maybe. But let's go to create landing page. It's free list of homes with primary bedroom on the first floor, right? Free list of homes perfect for downsizing. Free list of homes on acreage. So a lot of great ways. I'm gonna go add new landing page, custom buyers. So just work your way down. You'll see it right there. And I'm gonna say, I will say, homes with, is fireplace one or two word? Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll just say it's one word. All right. So literally, this landing page is ready to go right now. I don't have to do anything, but of course I'm going to. I mean, this is not, oh, no, I guess I can't. All right. So scratch what I just said. Click open editor. And we're just going to work our way down the left side. So background, upload image. And I've already uploaded. So again, I created this image from ChatGPT. So, right, great image. I can do it. Excuse me, video. Let's see if there's any interesting videos. You can use Sora, maybe come up with a beautiful, let's see if we got anything in stock. Fireplace. Ooh, that could be kind of interesting. Oh, wow. All right, let's check this one out. Actually, that's kind of cool. I didn't even, ooh, I like that. Excuse my, ooh, that's really cool. Wow. Okay. So someone's going to ask, how did I find that? Go to upload video. So check video. Hold on. Let me back up. You're going to be on image by default. There's a video tab right here. And then down here, upload video, right? Upload video. It's probably going to put you in my files to begin with. Come down to stock video and type in fireplace. And it was like right there. Ooh, Christmas coming up. Man, there's some nice ones. Wow. I'm actually impressed. Let's take a look at this one. Ooh, that's really sweet. Oh, that might be a nice one. Close, a little bit like maybe after Thanksgiving. This could be a great one. Or, I mean, it's kind of hard to buy a home starting Thanksgiving and you're in the home by Christmas. So, but whatever, right? So I'm going to go back to the other one just because it's a little bit more, universal as far as when I can use it. Man, it's a really cool video. Then I'm going to go social media share image. Now, because it's a video, I'm going to have to upload my own image. What I would probably do is just take a screenshot of that video and just use and upload that. But here's the one from before. And I can move this around just a little bit. I can also move the banner around, and I can upload just an absolute custom image altogether. Change the color, right? Transparent. I like to be like right around here for my transparency. I want to be a little bit see-through, but not completely. And we know whatever color I feel like. Click for free list of homes for sale with a fireplace. That's a lot. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to say homes for sale with fireplaces. Get your free list now. Cool. Because in the image that's going to go up to Facebook, Now you can put a video on Facebook, but oh, I went to image. So yeah, let's go back. Oh, let's try that again. Video. I'm not sure what I did there. Stock video. Fireplace. Let's try this one more time. In fact, let me just save it. There's a save button in the kind of the top right there. And then styles and color. So I can change the color of that button if I want to. So kind of like the market listing, right? We're just kind of working our way down this column on the left-hand side. Custom page content. Not really needed for this one, though. Other things I definitely will use that. And if I refresh this, you'll see, all right, we're there. Now I got Chat GPT. I worked with Chat. I mean, I know what works. So I took what I know and then I just worked with Chat GPT real briefly to come up with the text. And you can copy it from mine. It's in the mastermind group. So if you're in the mastermind group, you can grab this landing page and just do what I'm doing right now. And I'm just copying and pasting into this area here. Get the free information. I'm going to change get the free list now. In fact, that's really cool video. In fact, let me see something here real quickly. If I go to background video, upload video, stock video. I want to see something here real quickly. Fireplace. If I'd have known that we had such really cool videos, I would have just, check this out, download. So I can download that video. And then you know what? I could actually use that in my Facebook post. Here, check this out. So if I go back to Facebook, and I'll tell you what, let's just do this. Let's just scroll up. Right? I could upload that video and put a link to the landing page and have a video, or it could be a video ad. So when I do a Facebook ad, I could upload that video to my ad. That's actually really cool. But my thought was, if I play that video, oh, wow, there's sound. Very cool. And then I could just take a screenshot of this. All right. And then click save. And then I could use that image for my social media share image. So if I come back into the landing page area here, right, social media share image, I could change this image out to that screenshot I just took of the video. Does that make sense for everybody? Was that custom free report when creating? Yeah, John, I mean, you can, hold on a second and I'll show you that. So if I just save everything, now if I go to advanced options, autoresponder, and enable, subject line, your free list of fulsome homes for sale with a fireplace. Thank you for requesting your free list of homes for sale in Folsom with a fireplace. you will blah, 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 blah. Now, if there's something that you wanted to add a PDF, and this is true for any autoresponder, whether it's from the follow-up section, whether it's from a landing page section, you can even do this in your listing, right? The listings have an autoresponder. You can do this there as well. And I could even upload a custom PDF guide right here. But I could say, please also find my free guide, whatever that was. I can't remember. I already forgot. 25 insider secrets to buying a home in any, right? Whatever that PDF guide name was. And if I go to preview, yeah, 25 insider secrets of home buying. All right, that'll be my autoresponder. I can send a test email. I got preferences, pixel tracking, domains. All right. So John and Neil and anybody else, did that answer your question about how to use these custom landing pages and the PDF guides and how you can use them together? You don't now for this one. Oh, what did I just do? It's not really needed to do a guide for this landing page necessarily. But if I wanted to, I could. And oh, my monitor just went weird. Hold on a second. I'm going to disconnect. One second. Yeah. All right. You guys can hear me? I think I might have been muted for a minute. I apologize. My screen went a little bit haywire, so I unplugged it. All right. I'm going to let everybody go. Any questions on anything that we've covered? All right. Thank you for joining us as always. I hope you got some good information. And if you need to, either get with our support team, get to the mastermind group, order your expired booklets. Don't forget these. John, I'm going to get a hold of Mailbox Power, and I'm going to find out why, of all the ones that I've seen, your tracking code isn't working. But it was sent I'm thinking, and I sent it 2-day air. Dude, you should probably get it today or tomorrow. All right. You should probably, I'm thinking, because I sent it 2-day air and I believe it went out on Tuesday. I think it printed Monday because I did it either Friday. I think it was done on Friday. Wouldn't have gotten printed till Monday. It was printed Monday. And then I think it mailed on Tuesday. And so today's Thursday. So, John, you should be getting that today. And dude, I'm telling you, I would spend, if you got half a day and you've got a list of expireds, that would be great ideas, or great, how do I want to say this? Like just expires that you would want to list. I would spend 2 to 3 hours and I would just go door knocking. I would take an envelope. I would grab an envelope either from the post office or, wherever, maybe FedEx, or just get some from Office Depot. And then, go door knocking. And if they're not there, I might drop it in the envelope, grab a pen, put their name, right? My name, put maybe a quick little message on it. No, I don't want to say marketing plan to get your expired home sold, because I don't want to get them riled up before they open it up. I just want them to open it up. So if they've got this sitting on their door, like a nice envelope this size, they're going to think it was sent from FedEx, even if there's no stamp or anything on it, right? It's just sitting there. They're going to think it was delivered by the post office or something. Don't put it in the mailbox. I don't want you getting into trouble. But I'm telling you, I would spend a couple of 3 hours a week, either door knocking or at least mailing them out. And like I said, I talked to a client last week, door knocking, got the listing agreement signed right there. I've talked to a lot of people who are using these in the listing presentation, who are converting FSBOs, who are converting expireds, using these booklets. Now, again, you can do it at home, but it's very, very time consuming. I mean, it's time consuming enough to get them in the hands of people that need them. And when you order them from us and we print them, it's actually a little bit cheaper than doing it yourself. And the goal is what you want. You don't want to be sitting there having to print and bind. No, that you're going to do it for about 2 days, and then you're going to get busy and not do it anymore. That's just how people are. What you want to do is you want to order 20 to 30 of these a month, and then you want to make damn sure that you are getting them done, right? I would probably spend, again, if I'm time blocking, I would time block at least 2 hours with a little bit of extra in case it's going well or whatever, and have maybe 5 to 10 expireds on my list. And I would try to see how many of them I could hit in that 2-hour window, right? Again, I'm going to knock on the door. If they're not there, I'm going to go grab an envelope. I'm going to put it in the envelope so it looks cool. And then I'm going to put it on their door. Now, also, what I recommend doing, if you can, now not completely needed, but if it's a really, really, really key property, you may want to add a quick CMA, maybe, but I don't think it's that relevant or not that important, right? Obviously, in a listing presentation, obviously, if I'm got an appointment where I'm going to go meet somebody, I would do that for sure. But for just cold door knocking, this right here is what you want to make sure that you get. Now, have access, because, hey, what if they're home? Sometimes it's like you don't even want them to be home because, it's like, holy crap, what if I got to actually talk to somebody? You're going to want to know, right? Because if they ask you, what do you think my home would sell for? You don't want to sit there and sound like you don't know what you're talking about. So, as I'm going to the next home, right, I might even bring up, you can use ChatGPT for this. Like literally, you can use ChatGPT, or if you got access to whatever program on your phone or you got your laptop with you, right? I go to the next property. I'm in my car. I'm going to go to the door and just real quickly, I'm going to spend a quick minute, type in the address, and then I'm going to see, okay, right here are a few of the properties that have sold around here. Here's what this property, right, the range is without having done a tour of the property. And then if they ask, right, what do you think my home would sell for? Here's what I might say. I might just say, if you got a plan for, or if you got 5 minutes to give me a quick tour, I'll be able to give you an educated answer to that very important question. And so that's exactly what one of our clients did the other week, where she literally got a tour of the property, first time door knocking it. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, John, exactly right. Do 5 a week for 1 month. Dude, I would do 5 a week for 2 months. But I think you're going to have, you're going to know if it's working or not at the end of 1 month. You'll know. Yeah. And also, don't just drop it off and forget about them, right? So make, follow up with them, drop an email. Hey, just want to make sure that you got my marketing plan. See if you have any questions, phone call or a text. So don't just drop it off and walk away and forget about them and wait for them to call you. If they do, and I wouldn't be surprised if they don't, that would be phenomenal. But obviously, we are salespeople, so we want to make sure that we're professionals and we use this as our tip of the spear, but that we're still going to follow up and people get busy and they forget. My wife tells me to do stuff all the time. There's things I want to do all the time. I forget because I got a million things going on. And then she reminds me. I go, oh, right. Thanks for reminding me. You got to be like that with these people because, again, they got a lot of things going on. But John, anyways, I can't wait to hear your feedback and everybody else. Have a great day. I'll see you in the mastermind group and we'll talk soon.